Hey everybody, we are back. The Forsaken Kingdom. We're going to be doing a one shot tonight. We are missing one, or actually missing more players than we should for the main story. So, for today, what we have are Narcissus, who he is back. He's a Yanti warlock, and then we have Tildor, the Asimar Paladin. You couldn't be more diametrically opposed in terms of what you are as a paladin versus a warlock, but this is where we are.
Worse than that. I'm lawful evil. He's lawful
Oh
good.
my God, that is true. I forgot about that. Yeah, right, something. Yeah, here we go. Now, for the sake of not interrupting too much of the continuity from the main game, what we're going to do is, you guys have a familiarity with each other. How with Narcissus understanding that as a paladin warlock and an Asimar, he represents a challenge in how you deal with the outside world when you're in each other's presence, because you understand that his nature, by his nature alone, your nature presents a grave and present danger to everyone else around you, even though that isn't how you've been playing your character. But just your nature alone. Number one, you're a warlock. Number two, the old gods that you worship are extraordinarily bad, and he would seek to slay you. So, let's see. You guys. Oh, I didn't play something here.
I was looking at the history from this guy, that AJ from the YouTube channel. I don't even get along with Typhoons.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Naturally
Typhoons.
apprehensive of tieflings and suspicious of everything they do. Literally everything.
Yo, Steve, mute yourself, because I hear whoever's in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, yo, man, I'll talk to you later. Now, Asimars and Typhoons don't get along at all. Because they represent the opposite of everything that a Typhoon is. And even though they could be good guys, it's still like, the hellspawn.
Okay. You had come across a message board in a little village. There were a couple of different messages. I'm thinking a la The Witcher. And in one of them, there was a request for there was a request for adventurers to help rid a farm of a curse. The farm, the farmer's name is Cassius, and after inquiring in the village of where Cassius's farmstead is, they direct you to it. You had written out to the farmstead, and there's a distinct change. Now we're nearing the season of the harvest, so it's late summer, early fall, and the grain fields. This patch of land is primarily for farming. So there's just amber waves of grain. I realize I just said that, but they're flowing everywhere. It's beautiful. The roads are they cut a swath through a lot of the different types of farms. You see corn, you see barley, wheat. So all in all, it's extremely pleasant day. As you get closer to Cassius's farm, there is a fork in the road. There's a T section in the road that goes to the west towards the sunset and towards the east. Cassius's farm is towards the east, but there is a sign that is right in the center where the fence post is. That's attached to it, and there is a name of a town that's to the west, and then there is the Cassius farmstead, and underneath it you can see someone scrawl the word cursed underneath it. As you traverse that, and it had listed like a mileage, so it's approximately 2 miles in that direction. The closer you get to his farm, and you can see his borders clearly, because as you get there, his crops are virtually wilted. Most of it that he was growing was corn. Now, what you see as you get, there's a clear demarcation line, and for those who don't know what the fuck a demarcation line is, there's a visible line where his land is, and as you cross into that, you can see it. The rows and rows of corn that are wilted or dead, and some of them are just black. The ears of corn are black, where everything before that belonged to the neighboring farm was perfectly ripe, ready for harvest, and there's some overgrowth, because you guess, and it's a good guess, that the farmers that lived on the good side of the land did not want to get close to that section, so they let the corn overgrow. Crossing his land, you can see cattle here and there in varying spots, and they're sickly, they're gaunt. There's no birds. You don't hear any signs of any visible life. The only thing that you can see as you get to a spot there's a curve in that road, and as you get to the curve, you can see straight down about 500 feet. You can see the house. There's a small wisp of smoke that's coming from a chimney, and there's a scarecrow to the right. That's the only thing visible above the rows and rows of wilted and dead corn. There's an old nag that's outside, that's tied up to the outside of the house, and beyond his home there is a ramshackle barn. Essentially, this place looks 1,000 years older than everything around it. When you get closer to the house, you can see a man. He's sitting on a rocker, and he has his arms folded. He looks like he's in prayer, and there is a wagon being loaded. There's some men loading up what looks to be a body in a wrapping, like a mummer's wrapping, and they're loading her onto the back of a wagon. The wagon sets off, and you cross paths. As you begin to cross paths, the driver of that wagon, him and his passenger, the driver stops the wagon. Whoa, ho, strangers! It's like, this is not a good land for you to be traveling through. I suggest that you move on quickly. This land, as you can see, is cursed.
And that's what we're here for. We're going to investigate.
So you're answering Cassius's notice. He leans in, even though there's no one else around, like as if he's telling you a secret. It's like, my advice is to move on. It's many a sort like yourselves thought themselves able to take on this task, but whatever curse that befell Cassius and his family has finally taken the last life of his line. It's like this is his son, Jordan.
Lou, I'm going to ask you, for how long has this been going on?
It's like, well, it happened about 2 summers ago, and it started out as some dead animals in his fields, and some of his crop had died. We'd assumed it was rot or disease, but soon everything around started to die.
Anything weird happen, like lights?
It's like
smoke.
It's weird,
fire,
sir.
anything?
I'm sorry, but everything about this is strange.
No, but I'm talking about before it happened. In other words, before it happened, did anybody notice anything weird or anything like that? Anything that's out of the normal here?
He's like, truth be
Louis, I'm
told, to
gonna
my
use-
mind, I
I'm-
don't know anything that. It's like, Cassius. He says, Cassius is a good man. He was a good father, a good husband, and I cannot say what it could have been.
And who owned this land before Keziah?
So he looks at his co-pilot, and they mutter something between them each other. He's like, I can't rightly say, sir. I'm sorry.
So how did Keziah
Like,
inquire the land?
it's like, as far as I know, and the other guy's like, as far as I know, Cassius has been here for at least 10 years. Nary a trouble. No, he's well liked. He gives to the orphans and this is terrible. It's like he lost everyone.
And this is the only. This is new here. Like this curse hasn't happened before
It's like
in other areas.
It's like Gorn just said. It's been about 2 summers now. It's gotten worse. This is the worst it's been. He's like he lost his wife on the. Well, come to think of it, it's right around harvest time. Yes. It was him, his wife, his son Jordan, and his wife fell just before the harvest, the summer after last, and then this poor boy.
So it looks like it's every harvest somebody's passing away.
Like I said, it's like we've been trying to tell you, sir. This place is
And
cursed.
I'm gonna look at the barn. What's in there? I'll point at the barn.
It's like you'd have to ask Cassius for that. We came when he sent word to collect the body and prepare it for burial. Beyond that, you really should go. So the other guy says, "Well, if if we can't talk you out of it, I'm afraid we're gonna have to move on. I don't want to spend any more time than I need in this this land."
No, that's fine, Louis. I always have my helmet on because my eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, because my eyes go there. I'm gold.
So you're afraid someone will poke your eyes out? I mean, if I didn't do it,
Just understand, this is D&D, so it's not as restrictive as Palladium in that sense. So you can show yourself, unless you know ahead of time that there is
Man, I'm honestly towards you.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know what? For now I have my
totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then remember, my horns has antlers coming out, and so does my shield and part of my armor.
He has what is it?
Because I'm gonna become like a nature paladin. That's basically what it is. It's just like a paladin druid.
Can't remember his name from Game of Thrones. He had that, like the stag helmet.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have. Yeah, the stag helmet.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna head towards the house.
He's like, hey, and then the horse takes off.
Okay, so Steve, you down?
Do me a favor, guys. Roll perception for me.
Okay. Persuasion. Wisdom, perception.
You roll persuasion.
The mine's work. Oh.
What is it? Persuasion or perception?
Perception.
Perception. What did I roll? I rolled perception.
You roll persuasion.
I don't know why it came up.
Oh, it's already starting. It's already starting.
I did the Danny.
It's already started. It's already started.
Okay, so Narcissus, you notice that was your passive, right? Because I don't have my notes. We're just doing this.
My passive is base 13. Yes.
Is base 13? Okay. So
yeah, mine is 10.
Yours is 10. Okay, I try to keep that in mind. So let me write that down really quickly. Narcissus.
And I rolled a 1, so I didn't see shit, pops.
You rolled a 1?
Yeah, I don't know why is it saying 7 here. Oh, because I rolled the wrong thing. That's why.
Okay. All right. So you noticed as the horse was as they started the horse up that it was coated in sweat.
The horse?
The horse, and it looked like it was shivering. Like yeah, got.
As the guy as he starts to go,
Mm-hmm.
I ask him one quick question. That is the horse. Does it belong to the old man too? Or is
No,
it
sir.
yours?
This is my house.
That's your horse. All right.
He said, "Good luck."
Thanks.
They ride off. You ride, assuming you're gonna move forward.
Yes.
You as you pull up to the front of his the porch of his home. He's in his rocker. He looks like he's about 75. But the thing about it is, and I'll give this to both of you because you have well, definitely Narcissus, but Tildor, you have a magical leaning. It doesn't look natural. He doesn't. It doesn't present as natural. His hair is white, like beyond white. It's not silver. It doesn't have any strands of black in it. He's receding hairline. He's got all the wrinkles that come along with being a man of 70, and he's just he finally notices. He's like, oh.
Does it look like he's under the effect of like a life drain or something?
I will give you make a roll for that.
No, I'm going to use my divine sense.
Okay, so what does your divine sense do?
Hold on, I'll come and I'll link it to you.
I got a 16.
Okay, so that is it does look like he is. You can't confirm it, but that look, it could be a life drain.
No, how do I link this to you?
All right, let me just look at. I'll look at it really quickly.
Basically, what it does, it registers the senses. So I could sense magic.
Okay, so what you do?
You could open up
Is-
awareness to the. Okay, so I open up the.
Is this a trait?
Yes, I have four. I could use it for it's one of
Divine
my Pilates
senses.
skills.
Okay.
Yeah, divine senses. Yeah.
Alright, as an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Okay, so make sure you click on one of them.
I did already.
All right. And as you open yourself up to that, you do detect evil. And it's on the horse next to you. No, I'm just kidding. But no, but he is.
See, the horse appears out of nowhere.
No. I'm talking about
Oh,
you.
no,
I'm
it's
talking
me.
about Narcissus.
Steve. Oh well, yeah. I definitely pick up Narcissus. Yeah, I definitely.
No,
pick
but
him up.
within your range, you do feel a strong presence of evil. Yes. I have to refrain from trying looking at you guys because I have the camera in front of me now. Yay!
Okay, so I'm gonna say hello to the man. I'm gonna,
a pleasant morrow to you, sir.
I'm gonna extend my hand.
What can I do for you?
Narcissus, you good at do the talking. I look at Narcissus because he's good at talking.
So I look at the old man like, we've come here to help you with your problem. At least try.
So with that, you can see this look on his face. At first, he was like, "How can I help you?" Then he's like, "Oh, thank the gods! You've come to help lift the curse and bring my lands back. Although I wish I had someone to leave it to, but that's troubles that you do not need. Please,
As
please,
I
come
slowly
in,
put
come
the
in. You must
piece
be
of parchment
parched."
I'm gonna ask you before we go in. I'm gonna how do you know this is a
Stop
curse?
asking questions and get off the fucking horse. No. Say that again.
I'm gonna ask him how do you know this is a curse? Are you sure this is a curse or?
Once again, he's the second one that's like.
We both look at him.
It's like I'm sorry, but are you is something wrong with your eyes? I mean, no offense, but you have to look around you. Every other farm is bustling with crops, but mine.
No.
Mine are
no,
dead.
no,
My family's dead. You keep making me relive this. No, that last part he didn't do.
I don't. No, I understand that, but that doesn't necessarily have to be a curse. You know, it could be some evil presence has moved into your farm, and it's causing it. I mean, it could be multiple things other than a curse. And the reason why I know that because I looked at the dragon video, and you know when a dragon moves into the territory, it starts
So
affecting
I'm
it.
just going to tap him on his shoulder, and I'm going to ask him for how long have you been afflicted with this issue?
My memory is not what it used to be, but I've.
Smack him in his face just to see if the
All right,
memory goes
can
back.
I continue now?
Nah, I just want to see that. Go ahead.
All right. It's like my memory is not what it once was, but I would guess it's been a few summers that have passed since this terrible thing has happened to me, to my lands, to my family. But you must be tired and weary from your travels, from your journey. Please, come inside.
Oh, sounds like an opportunity to me. Oh, I come inside.
Okay. When you go into his home, it has a look of like an unnatural darkness, in the sense of he has lanterns, he has a fire going, he has candles, lanterns in varying spots, yet their light doesn't seem to illuminate more than just a foot or two, which is weird, which immediately strikes you both as strange. So he say, please sit. He points to a table where he has a loaf of bread with a knife sticking out, some cheeses. He's like, eat. I'll put on some tea, unless you prefer something stronger. I think I have some mead in the cellar.
Yo, Lou, I'm not touching anything in here. I'm not eating anything in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just look around. Is there any source where this darkness is coming from?
No, it's all around. It's
So
like
it's
it's
just-
as if you walk into a house in broad daylight, but none of the light from the outside is brightening the room at all.
So Lou, I'm gonna look around the room. Wow, super dark.
Yeah, are you saying that out loud? Because I can't tell whether or not you're in or out of character.
No. Hold on. I'm thinking to myself. Okay, so I'm gonna look at Narcissus and I'm gonna tell Narcissus. This is very weird.
It seems
Maybe-
to be rather dark in here. Yes. He's like, oh
Maybe-
man, where is your meat? I'll go get it for you. You said it's in the basement.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. No trouble at all. Please, I'll fetch it in a jiff. Just have a seat. If you can, there's some mugs right above the mantel place. Please, I'll be right back.
All right. So I'm gonna go get the cups, and I'm gonna check the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look along the top, see if there's see what things he has up there.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna search the place to see if I find any symbols, writing, anything like that could be causing this
Okay.
effect.
So both of you roll investigation. The difficulty is you're going to need at least a 15 because of the way the light is bouncing all the shadows around here. Okay, so Narcissus hits that.
Nope, of course I didn't hit it.
Theodore Greenheart. That's your name?
Mhm.
That's cool. It's coming up on here now.
Yeah, it's showing all the rolls on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I
That's
saw.
actually
I
pretty
saw
cool.
Steve's roll. Yeah, I saw Steve's roll too.
Okay.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
Now,
You can tell when you're cheating too.
exactly. Oh, Spanky's not gonna like this. Now, when you, I'm speaking with Narcissus first. You go to the mantle, you get the mugs. They're really nifty, nifty steins. They're what do you call it? They're silver plated, nice wood. Along that mantelpiece, you can see different objects. There's a brooch. Okay, you assuming that's from his wife. There is a letter that's sealed in wax that hasn't been opened, and there's also what looks to be a key.
Damn, you and your freaking keys.
Okay, take it easy, sir.
So I examined the brooch.
Okay. It's made of ivory. It looks expensive. It looks more expensive than a farmer should be able to afford.
Okay. What's the cameo on the brooch?
I'm sorry, say
It's
that.
made out of ivory, so I'm assuming it's a cameo. So what's on the brooch?
Okay, so
What's
I
the
know I
cameo
said
you gonna say?
yeah. What the hell's a cameo? Are you talking about the
There's
the engraving?
The engraving on it. Yeah, you like
Okay.
a picture of a face
Okay.
or something.
So the engraving is of an older woman. It's really intricate. It looks whoever created it had a keen eye and it was extraordinarily skilled. Okay. On as you're throwing, you're rolling it around in your hand to look at it on the back. On the back, it says, "To my dearest Imelda."
All right. So the letter. I examined the parchment.
Okay.
Is it really old? Is it recent?
It looks, the wax seal looks recent. It's still shiny. Doesn't have a lot of dust. It has no dust on it. The parchment itself, at the edges, it looks like it's falling to dust. And the parchment is, it's not, but it's yellow. It's yellowing, as if it's succumbing to age.
So all right, the edges, huh? So I look back at Tildor. I'm like, did you sense anything on the way in?
Yes, I sense an evil presence, very strong.
And the land, did you sense it plagued or cursed in any way? Is it blasphemed or?
Sure. Can it tell me any of that with the divine sense? Hold on.
If you can
No.
check if it's hollow, they should be able to check if it's damned. Right? I mean, unhallowed. You can check if it's hollowed or unhallowed, right? The land.
Hold on for a second.
Hold on. Let me look at it again. Oh, wait, that's you doing. Hold on. Okay, divine sense. Okay, the presence was strong in sense.
Making you guys work.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Well, sir, you wanted to run, so you have to run.
All right, take it easy.
As an action, you could open an awareness to detect.
Yes, it is. It is definitely affected by a very powerful hollow spell.
Unhallowed, because it's hollow means it's good.
Unhallowed, excuse me.
I say yes.
So then, this guy pissed off some cleric, or some really powerful, some really powerful demon. At first,
No,
my first impression might have been that it could have been a succubus, but the old man, I don't know. You know what? I have to find out if he was faithful to his wife.
Okay, so just
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Lou. I'm gonna tell Steve. Can I look at the Do I know that he has the brochure? Does
Well, I
does
mean, he
have
has it in
out?
his hand as he's talking to you. Yeah, so yeah.
I'm gonna be like, can I take a look at it?
I hand it to him. Be gentle with it.
Is there a picture in the picture
The
in
engraving.
it?
Were you not listening? You need to stop watching Kung Fu. That's the problem. He's watching
No,
Kung
bro. No. When you were describing it, I went to go get my
Fu. You were
stanky,
watching Kung
so-
Fu.
He-
Yes,
listen,
it's
it's
intricate. It's intricately engraved with a picture of a woman,
Okay.
and the engraving and the materials. It's inlaid in silver and gold with an ivory carving of the cameo, and on the back there's an engraving that says "To my dearest Imelda."
Can you tell the age of the woman by looking at the?
It's not a younger woman. It has the way that it's engraved. You can a younger woman's face is going to be more aquiline, so it's more youthful. This one does not have that.
Okay.
It does look like an older woman, to answer your question more clearly.
I don't know, man. This is weird, man. This guy must have pissed somebody off.
Yeah, it's been from what he says. It's been what, 3 summers?
2.
Or
summers.
an evil entity could have moved in without him knowing it, and this is the effect of it being in the land.
That's both things can be possible. But what would be on this land that anything would want to spoil it? You understand?
Who knows? It could be him, and it's taking out his family. Maybe this thing moves around from farm to farm, taking
You
people
can
out.
hear him coming up the stairs. Here we are. Found it. I found it. Not to worry.
So
He comes up with a cask.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would go over and help him with it.
Thank you so
Before he
much.
falls through something.
Thank you.
So, sir, I saw this brooch on the mantle when I went to go get the steins.
You can the good thing in his face not immediately drops, but you can definitely tell without even having your passive is enough to see that he's just like, where did you find that?
It was right on the mantle. Is this
So
a cameo of your wife?
he reaches, he extends his shaky hand. It's like,
I handed it to him.
it's like
I asked him, "Is this a cameo of your wife?"
it's like, she was so beautiful. I thought she would. I thought she would outlive me. It's the nature of women that they outlive their husbands. but it just was never. The way he's turning it over in his hand, you can tell that there is a strong attachment to the sentiment as he's trying to fumble through the words to describe what he's feeling at this moment. And you can see
So,
the bottom of his eyes just start misting up, and he's like, it just.
I put my hand on his shoulder to comfort him, and so he can understand that I understand what he's trying to say. So you don't have to keep struggling.
He's let's just enough of this sadness for one day. Let's have a drink. You've come to help, and I'm being a very poor host. And please sit.
Under the circumstances, you're being the best host that you can be. I understand.
You're too kind, sir. You're too kind. I'm sorry. I don't even know your names.
I'm sorry. My name is Narcissus.
And I'm
That's
Tildor.
Companions too.
It's like,
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Steve, and I'm gonna look at the basement.
So you're like, Cassius
Narcissus.
Calum. It's a Cassius Calum at your services, masters. I appreciate your help in any way that you can. I have a spare room. I have a that you both are more than welcome to have while you stay, and I can get I can get a pot of stew going if you're hungry, and it's like there's still some food that I have left from well wishes that brought Please dig in and enjoy. And as he he has that shaky hand palsy thing, and he's pouring into the steins, and he's like, "Oh, please, drink."
Well,
I'm gonna-
I sample the mead.
You smell it, and it has a very rich, earthy, sweet, musty scent to it. It doesn't. If the intent was to smell if it's rotten, it isn't. But given a little bit more time, you feel that it could turn. The only thing that may have saved this thing is the fact that it was below ground, and in a cooler spot.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you mind if I look down in your cellar?
Oh, there's nothing there. There's just some stored provisions, but sure. I say, please.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to the mantle, and I'm gonna gently pick up the letter, and I'm gonna walk back to the table, and I'm gonna lay it in front of him.
As he's sitting, as Tildor's walking off, and you put the letter in front of him, and again his face, from that happy Maria Blah, that smile, and you're just like.
Listen, I know that this whole ordeal is going to be difficult for you right now. I know your loss is fresh, but I have some difficult questions to ask you. For starters, I need you to open this letter, and I need you to read it.
He reaches out for it with his shaky hand, and it just pulls away. I'm sorry. As you're going down Tildor, as you're having that conversation with him, Narcissus, you can hear one of the horses just yell out. And your attention, Cassius' attention immediately snaps towards that noise. You don't have a good angle from where you're sitting, where his window is. But his door is to your right, his left, and you hear that, Tildor, as you were going down the cellar, which is in the farthest end of the other side of the house.
I go take a look.
Okay.
I'll go to the door and take a look out.
When you open the door, you look out. Your horses are extraordinarily distressed. Like they're trying to pull away from that post, and they're distressed. His nag, however, is gone, and you can see a huge, not huge. I keep using that word. I've been noticing I use that this certain keywords I use in a lot in these games, but where the edge of his crops are, it's about 20 yards from the porch. There's a splash of blood just before the edge of those crops.
Splash of blood,
like a pool, and it looks like it was splashed. There's a pool of blood, but on the fringes you can see it splashed onto some of the crops.
All right, that's weird.
I'm gonna ask him, what's going on?
I don't know. There's his nag is gone, and it's gone, right?
Yeah.
His nag is gone, and there's a large pool of blood.
It's like, Goody, no. What?
Yo, I think we should go outside and see what's going on.
Looking around, wishing that we had a little ranger nearby.
It would have been nice.
The sun had just set over the horizon from the west, so now you're just looking at it's that last bit of rays of sun changes the sky to orange and purple, casting long shadows, and the only lights are coming from the inside of the house. So you guys have night vision, yes? Or
yeah,
no?
I have night vision.
You have night vision? You both have night vision? Okay,
Sure,
so
right?
this is the point where your night vision hasn't yet kicked in because there's still enough light to diffuse that. But it's the shadows are starting to creep in, and you can tell. And because you're at the door frame first, Narcissus, there's a chill wind starting to pick. They're just starting to move in.
So I'm gonna approach the we said the blue blood and a splash in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go see if there's any tracks or drag marks or anything.
You do see the drag marks, and there's the thing that you do notice is that while there are drag marks, and this is a horse, even if it's starved, even if it's half its weight, because that's what it looked like. It looked like gaunt. It was a gaunt horse. The drag marks are large enough that you can see them from where the pool is, but the crops themselves are not disturbed. So in other words, it went through the stalks. You can see the drag marks, but you can see the stalks of corn in the 3 rows that the horses should have taken with those drag marks. They haven't been moved. They're not broken. They're not toppled. Not bent. Nothing.
All right. So
Yeah, Lou, I'm taking out my shield and my weapon. I ain't fucking around. I'm not being jumped.
I follow them. I see if I can follow. You said they're big tracks. So they go right into the crops and then disappear.
Into the fields, yeah.
So I'm gonna see
To the extent of your ability to see it,
Right.
yeah, you can see the drag marks.
I follow them. I see if I can follow them into the field.
Okay.
I go on behind them
All right. I was just gonna ask you. So.
with my weapons drawn and my shield.
All right. You can, as you're going into the crops, you can. There's a clear, audible sound because there's no other sounds of Cassius. He's weeping. What else have the gods taken from me?
This guy must have really pissed somebody off, man.
Following the drag marks, 50 yards in, whatever dragged this thing, obviously was strong. You come to it. You find you can hear the buzzing of flies is the first thing that you hear. And as you get closer to it, there's a smell. It's the smell of rot. And the horse was alive when you got there. So when you get to it, the horse itself looks like it has been dead for a week. There's the side of its stomach has been torn open. Its guts are out. There's a pool of blood where that wound is, and there's maggots and flies flying around it.
Is there any tracks?
Please make I think it's investigation or no. What would it be? You would need to do survival.
Okay. And that I didn't take this time. My other character. What's a B?
What's a B?
20? Nigga, I rolled a 20, Poppy. I rolled a 20, Poppy. A 20!
All right, take it easy. First you roll a 1, now you roll a 20?
I've been rolling 1s and 6s.
Okay, so from that area, as you guys are just like coming to this thing, and you can see the results of whatever happened to this animal. You do see a pair of tracks that lead away from it. But after about 10 feet, the tracks themselves stop, and that's it. There's just like a foot. They look like footprints. They're an average size. I would say an average size footprint. So 9.5, 10 in the size, and then they stop about 10 feet in, and then they disappear.
No, I'm going to use medicine to see if I can figure out what caused such quick decay on it. See if there's anything on it, any venom, poison, the works.
All right, I'm gonna give you that, but it's not, since it's not your forte. Well, no, it is. You are.
No,
skilled.
I do.
Okay, so go ahead and make
I
that
am
roll,
skilled.
please.
It's his place.
An 11, 13.
Okay. No, the 11 is with your bonus. So let's not get crazy.
No.
It's a custom
13,
roll.
no.
It's
Oh, that's right.
11
I'm sorry.
roll.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
you are
13.
correct. It looks like it just died of old age.
Mm.
You don't smell any poisons aside
So
from the
whatever.
aside from
Oh.
whatever aside from the gaping wound on its side. It doesn't look like it was poisoned at all.
And what was the last thing it ate? It says his stomach is all ripped apart.
There's just it's whatever it was that was there is all rotten. So there's nothing but worms that are feeding on the flesh of this thing.
So I'm gonna
Now,
I'm
what
gonna
you
look at
notice, and this is, I'll
Okay,
give this
go
to both of you, is as these maggots are tearing through this flesh, they're like almost instantaneously pupating. So they'll be maggots for a few seconds, and they'll pupate, turn into flies, and just pop right out.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say this time is being fast forward in this area here. That's probably why the crops are already dead, and that's probably the reason why the horse is. Wow, this is some powerful magic.
So
I'm gonna look at.
Look at the old man. Like, what god did you piss off?
Well, he's not with you, so.
Oh, right. Yo, so it's time to go talk to this dude.
Wait.
You pissed
Hold
off
on,
some
hold on,
god.
Narcissus. I'm gonna tell him let's continue walking to where the tracks disappeared to see what's over there.
Yep, I follow. Let's go.
Okay,
check.
so we're gonna go.
Okay.
I still got my weapons out. Just making sure.
Okay.
I don't need no sticking weapons.
You get to the spot where the tracks are gone, and there's just a field in front of you, to the left, to the right, behind you. The only thing that's sticking out from where you came from is that plume of smoke from where his fire was. For some reason, even though these crops are decayed and dying or dead, you still don't have a line of sight. It's as if there were, I don't know if you've ever been through an actual cornfield, but it pretty much takes up everything. That's all you see. It's just leaves and corn, and these stalks can get up to 9-10 feet high.
Yeah.
So that's all you see from left and right. There's also that sweet smell from the corn that has been rotten. It's like it has a rot, but it has an underlying sweetness to that smell, and the only thing that you can see all around you is corn.
I'm gonna ask Narcissus if he wants to get on my shoulder so we can look above the corn.
I look at him. Like, really?
Hey, then we gotta see what's around us, and the best way to do it is by you getting. I'll get on top of you.
You're a dude, right?
Yeah, I'm a guy. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get on your shoulders.
Okay, so Lou, I bend down so you can get on my shoulders, and I lift them up.
Okay. Again, you're about a head taller than the top of the stalks, so you don't really get that good an angle. Just the decaying crops. See the scarecrow post. You can see, as far as your eye can see, in the horizon of the sunset. There's a small slope to where the road is. You can see the house. For some reason, all right, make a perception roll, Narcissus. Before I give away the farm. Pardon the pun. Ooh.
Extreme
And-
Poppy. Ooh, Narcissus
Okay.
is on fire today.
Now, what you take it in, and you're looking at when you turn back to the house, you can see in one of his windows, you can see him in the door frame. He's rather small, but in the window there's something moving as he's standing there facing you.
So I'm about to say Ukla. I tell Todor, listen, there's something in the upstairs of his house. There's something
Let's go,
moving
come
up
on.
there.
Let's go.
So I get down and we run over there.
Okay. You get down. You start hustling towards it. One of the things that's happening to you as you're running, the leaves of the corn, they're coated in the oil and not the oil, but in the sugar from the decaying ears. As you're moving through it, it's something you didn't notice because you weren't running. As you're barreling through it to get to the house, they're sticking to your armor, to your clothing, to your cloaks, and
The corns?
yeah, like the
The
stalks,
syrup.
and it's like the syrup. That's what I meant, the syrup. Now, make a perception roll again, please, just for both of you this
Both of us
time.
or just
For both of you, yeah.
back to the cheap rolls.
Okay.
I got a
So,
12.
Narcissus, you, as you're moving, you estimate that you're about 30 yards from the clearing, excuse me. But the corn stalks seem to be moving inwards, like tilting inwards
Towards me?
towards you as you're running in that row. So there's rows of corn, right? And you're running in between. So
Right.
as you're running in between to get to the clearing, you notice the stalks are starting to tilt even more so in like as if they were trying to block you.
Interesting. There's definitely something here, dude. So
Look,
there's no fast way out of this, right?
No faster way. No, you just have to run through it.
And then that's what we do. And
Okay.
That's what I keep doing. And I tell them, you noticing that the dead craft are trying to stop us, right?
no, so I look. Is it moving or?
Well, I mean, if look to your left and your right, you see them swaying as if they were in wind, but there's no
But
breeze.
there's no wind.
And they're moving. Noticing it is even hard. It's even more. I wouldn't say scary or terrifying, but it's definitely a shock to the system to notice that these things are moving to your left and your right as you see it. Because Narcissus is in front of you, he sees what's in front. You notice these things from the side are moving towards you. It's subtle, it's slow, but all at once it looks like a wave of the crops that are moving towards you. Like some unseen hand is trying to close its fingers on you.
Okay, but so far that hasn't been preventing us from moving. Am I correct?
It's
They're still allowing us to
it's annoying in that the syrup is sticking to your cloaks, and they're touching your armor, and just like in some spots you're ripping off leaves as you're running through. Let's see here. I need you both to make a Constitution save.
Oh, had
We
a
hit
felt.
We hit the skill, right?
No, you hit Constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you make a Constitution.
If it's a magical effect or a spell, I get advantage. Just let you know.
Oh, okay. So
No.
then make it again, please.
I rolled the 10. You know me. Crappy rolls.
Yeah, so the 9's my best roll.
Okay. Now, just before you get to the clearing, the syrup and the stalks themselves, they finally catch you. Just as you're hitting it, and you now have a line of sight to the house, and the house was about 40 feet away from the line of the crops, and you can see him. He's standing there, and he has this weird this dementia-like smile as he sees you. He's like he's waving, and he notices that you guys are having some trouble, so he tilts his head quizzically. From behind him, you can see there's figures moving towards him. You can see there's shadows, rather, because now that the sun is finally gone down, there's only that little bit of light left in the sky. The shadows coming from the front of his house, from his fireplace, are coming outside, and you can see these shadows moving towards him.
How far is he?
About 40
How
feet.
far? The shadow. So he's 40 feet from me.
Yeah, from his doorstep to where you are, about 40 feet.
So. 40 feet. That's 50. All right. So. I can see the shadows behind him clear enough.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna shoot one.
Okay. With.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Louis,
he's
I'm
just
gonna...
like he's like, and he starts taking a step outside of outside the door frame towards you,
Can I have some soda?
but he's
Okay,
not
okay.
giving you soda. Okay, make a strike roll, please. All right, so that's
20.
a dirty 20. So you summon your energy and you shoot, and he sees this bolt of energy coming towards him. He's just, his eyes just widen. You know that, holy shit, what are you doing? And just behind him, you can hear "Ah!" and a thud, and a thud, a crash. You hear a glass break, and he turns. He turns to where that noise was coming, because you shot right past him with a precision strike, and he's just standing there. He's like, "Oh gods, not you again!" He's like, "No, not again. You're a nightmare. You no." Okay, what are you guys doing before I move forward? To get out
I'm
of this,
hoping-
you're going to need to make another con save. The difficulty is going to be a 12.
I'm hoping that a certain paladin does something like now.
Yo, Lou, what I'm gonna
Look
do
at your character,
is,
man.
hold
son of
on.
a bitch.
Nah, but I'm only first
I'm using
level,
hero
man.
point.
Yeah, no. Wrong game.
Okay, so we need a 16 to come out. Lewis, if
Actually,
I
No,
do
you need a
divine
12.
sense, Lewis, okay, Lewis, if I do divine sense again, would I be able to tell what are those
Right.
features?
I forgot it's magic. That's a 20, dude. I got out. 21.
Yo,
Okay.
This fucking dude's on fire today.
It's
Papi.
magic.
He's on
It's
fire.
I forgot that it's magic. I get two rows.
I rolled an 11 plus 1, 12 on the dot, so I make it.
Okay. So you both just finally struggle out. You're snapping stalks, and you have like husks of old corn stuck to your cloaks and your armors as you're running towards him. He's standing there in that door frame, and he tries to take a step back, but you can see he's pulled right in, and the door slams.
Dude, with my divine sense, could I sense what's in the house?
Okay, so
It's
as
60
an
feet.
action,
It's 60 feet, so I'm just at 40 feet, so I'm within the distance.
yeah, but it's behind total cover. It's not going to work.
No. I did it before I closed the door.
Okay, so you do sense evil. You've sensed evil all along within the radius.
Okay.
So that's not helping you. It's not a celestial. It's definitely not a fiend or an undead.
Okay. So we keep going.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You say you're gonna keep going. So who's in front? Who's behind? Whoever's in front has to decide. Who has to declare their action for me.
All right, so I'm gonna barrel through the door.
Okay. Boom! You the door gives way easy. It swings wide, and right where this guy is, or where Cassius is, he's on his stomach in a guard position. He's just like, no, please. And you can I immediately identified two kobolds with a third one that was recovering and coming in your direction, and they're grabbing at him to pull him.
Lou, can I get attack of opportunity?
No, it would be an initiative because, as a matter of fact, the only one that can do anything right now is Narcissus because he just walked in.
So I'm gonna yell at them real hard, intimidate them, to make them freeze in Draconic. Like, stop!
Okay, so make an intimidation roll.
Come on, Poppy, you've been rolling good. 20.
Not with that roll.
Aye,
Nope.
Achimachi.
Aye.
That's a straight. He's like,
Ooh.
stop it! You guys are man. Stop being stupid.
They're like you trash.
It's like, bitch. So they all bare their fangs, and they're the two that are there. They lift him up to use him as a shield as they're pulling him. You can see both their heads over his shoulders, and I mean their bodies are big enough that they're still coming from the side, but they're using him to cover. And it's like, in Draconic, it's like, stay away, sorcerer. Our quarrel is not with you.
Like, what's the meaning of this?
We need this human. We need him, lest our brood be killed. Stay away. And they're pulling him. You can see they're pulling him toward the one that recovered. He jumps down the hole to the cellar, and they're pulling him towards it.
Man, how did I knew it, man?
So I tell them, like, if you spare him, I'll try to aid you. What is it that's going on?
Okay, so let us. What would it be? Persuasion.
Oh, I got a +5 on that, Poppy.
Too bad it's not you saying it. I got a 6 for the love of fuck.
Nah.
Always when it's important.
So you tricks us. You hurt us. We do not trust you. We need you. We need this human. Lest our brood be killed. And they're almost to the hole. They're almost to the hole.
To barrel into the freaking room behind me.
Well, no, I'm waiting for the whole. Remember, this is happening simultaneously.
So you need to tell me what you're doing, if anything.
Well, I'm gonna.
So when Narcissus barrels through the door, you don't speak Draconic. So he's speaking in some guttural language.
Picking
And they're both they seem to be having a conversation, but the things are still dragging him towards the hole. And he's just like, please, no, please.
And how high they have him up?
They're like maybe 3 feet off the ground. They're literally dragging him. They have clawed hands and feet. So they're just digging into the wood and pulling him towards the hole.
I tell him what's going on.
He told you what's going on, man.
I tell you exactly what's going on. Everything that's happening right now.
So I'm gonna ask him. Hold on. I'm gonna tell him. Wait. We could work something out here. I speak in common, and I'm gonna be like, give us a chance, but he has to stay with us. And I have a perception. My charisma is 17, so I have a +5.
Okay, so you can't roll any. Wait, say that again. What were you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna tell them. Wait, we are here to help him. We could help you, but we don't. In other words, we don't need to battle this out. There has to be another way where we could both help each other out without him dying.
You can both tell that there's no recognition in what you're saying.
Ah, shit. So they don't understand.
I translate what he's saying to them. I tell them that he's a paladin, and we haven't murdered you guys yet, so we're trying to help.
I'm gonna give
Otherwise, you'd be laying in pools of your own blood right now.
I'm gonna give you one more persuasion roll.
Who's Steve, right?
Yep.
Can I assist them in any
No.
which way to help them better?
Absolutely not.
Unfortunately, not. What is that? A 3? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Wow.
that is
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna kill them. Fuck it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're
okay.
gonna roll initiative, but I have to pick up my kids, so I'll be right back, and we're gonna take a quick break. So we'll be right back with the Forsaken Kingdom. Okay, we are back. So, when last we left, just before the break, we had
We had
two
a roll in it.
kobolds, an old man being dragged down into his cellar with Narcissus in front and Tildor behind at the doorway into the home. They're approximately 20 feet away, and the opening to the cellar is about 5 feet from where they are. So they're dragging him fast. I'm going to give you guys, if you're going to attack, we're going to roll an initiative to determine who goes first. If they go first, they're heading down that hole. So if there's no other dialogue, then you're going to try to persuade them, which you already tried, Narcissus, many, many, many times, to a astounding failure. And because Tildor doesn't speak Draconic, he can't assuade them of anything at this point. So now, what are we doing? You guys going to roll the initiative and get that started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
For the love of. Oh, that's 12.
I got a 9, of course, because I can't roll past a 10. Bro, I'm gonna get a camera hooked up with dice. So I'm gonna have the camera pointing at the dice. So I can roll the dice.
Okay, they won that initiative handily. So, they
What's the order?
well,
Are you
it's-
fucking serious?
yeah, I think I did too many. So
No, he rolled a 20, 21.
yeah, so they pull So you just, as you're just like getting ready to take your first forays into stopping these things, they just quickly, boom, oh, help, help, as his voice trails off.
We're going down.
Okay.
Yeah, little hole.
Damn, something told me to go down to the cellar too. I knew it. You know, I could smell the cobaltness in the cellar.
Oh my
The
lord!
freaking
I can
hole.
smell the cobaltness.
I
Okay.
think I'm joking around. I smelled it. That's how I knew.
When you get down, you see the ladder. You get down, and you're searching in this space. He has a pretty well stocked basement. There's just some grain. There's some old sacks and some crates. In the far right corner, which is about another 10 feet away from where you come down on that ladder, you can see a space in between these wooden crates where they dug their hole, and you can hear him as his voice trails off.
So we start going down.
Now,
Follow.
okay. Following him through, the space gets tighter and tighter for both of you, and you're in armor, Tildor, so it's making it harder for you to follow. So that leads Narcissus is going to take a sizable lead in moving towards you. Plus, he's part snake, so he can slither. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he gets a good deal ahead of you. Now, because you have dark vision, but it is completely pitch black here, so your vision is very limited. You can see him, but there's no other light, and if you were pursuing this immediately as they're going, you didn't have time to light a torch.
So what I do is I use my cantrip and I light up my axe.
Oh, okay. So that brings that light that you need in order to traverse the space. Narcissus, you get out at this little cobalt tunnel leads you into this larger space, and as you're approaching it, you can see a light, like an amber light, which indicates a fire. And you start smelling burning wood. It's not filling this cave, but you can smell it as you get closer. And no, please, no.
So
Once you exit, I'm sorry. I'm not going to assume that you're just going to exit, considering what I just described. So what are you doing?
no, I come out of the hole.
Okay. You finally pull yourself through that hole, and there is a mini bonfire. It's high. The cave itself is large. You don't even know how long you were traveling through this thing. Felt like hours because it's because of the compression. It's confining, and you're half trying to get through this thing and half trying to pursue those kidnappers. And once you come through, the space itself is approximately 20 feet high. There you can see there's pockets where the air is coming in and out, and in the right before the fire, you can see those kobolds had torn up his shirt, and they looked like they were searching for him. They were searching him. The other thing that you notice all along the outer edges of the wall, there's two other caverns. There's two other tunnels from where you lead, and there's the fire in front of you, and then there's two tunnels to the left and to the right at 45-degree angles. There, you can see propped up against the walls by those tunnels, two of those scarecrows. Like they're just, they're not attached to anything, but you can see them like they're onto their sides. They're just propped up against the wall, and they're casting some really weird shadows. These kobolds, you can hear one of them's like, "Where is it? Where is it?" You find if you're going to take an action, you take it now, whether it be dialogue or an actual action. Otherwise, I'll bring Tildor into it if you don't.
So
Because you can hear him. He's wearing chain. You can hear him coming up from behind you.
So I walk into the clearing towards them, and I tell them, "You guys are looking for the pendant."
So they both immediately, like their heads perk up and they turn to you, as they're holding him down, using their body weight. So they're hissing and looking at you. It's just like, where is it?
So you are looking for the pendant.
It's still just, hissing and making those threatening displays with their horns and baring their teeth.
So I sit down in front of them, looking at them. Would you like to explain the situation, please, a little? Because if we were going to come to blows, someone would be dead by now.
Okay, so for those who don't know what a kobold looks like, there it is. Okay. Now, they're definitely not palladium kobolds.
You know they have different type of kobolds too,
Yes,
right?
yes, I know. But this is the one that you're currently engaged with.
Okay.
So say that again, Narcissus. I apologize.
I tell them, I sit down in front of them, and I tell them, can you guys please explain what's going on? Because if this was going to come to blows, someone would be dead already.
So the one that's been doing most of the talking, well, all of the talking, he's darkness. They came. They threatened us. Said we will die. Our brood will die if this human does not return it. We must get it. We must find it. We've lost so many.
And when did this start for you?
Time is seasons past. There were many of us. We lived peacefully here. These humans grew food for us to take, and they noticed nothing. We protected ourselves, kept ourselves up below. They not know we were here. Now, this thief, he stole it. We, the darkness, made us take it back. Where is it?
So I look at the old man. It's like, do you recall anything like this?
He's well, he has them on him, so you can see he's like.
So I look at him like, can you let him up so he can talk?
Please. Persuasion.
It's obvious he's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Make a persuasion. I'll give you an advantage because you're sitting and you're not threatening them.
For the first time, I don't need it.
So they let him up and move back just a hair, just enough for him to. Please help me.
I'm
Please.
trying to help. It's always I'm trying to help everyone. Now, apparently, there was some kind of coexistence you didn't realize about, and that's okay. The problem right now is this: whatever they're saying that was taken is quite obviously the source of all your problems, both yours and theirs. Do you recall you finding something in the before this whole started?
He now, Tildor, you're coming into this, so you're seeing what's happening. You can see Narcissus is just sitting he's sitting cross-legged, just having a conversation in their language, in that reptilian that draconic language, which is a little weird because you were intending on murdering them. I know you were going to murder them. So
I'm lawful good. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But
Right.
This is
they're
what I mean.
they're considered evil creatures, so you're gonna start.
Yeah. I got
Anyway,
you, that's right.
so that's what you come into. You can see the old man. He's between the two, and they're like in a hunch position, like ready to snap. As Narcissus is having this conversation, you hear the part where he talks to the man, and he seems inconsolable. Like, please.
Yo, Lou, I'm gonna look around this room. Do I see?
Okay, so roll your perception.
Okay. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get a 20.
I hope so. It'd be nice.
16, Poppy. Ooh,
Okay.
finally. Jesus
that.
Christ.
You
I'll
take
take that.
you take stock of everything in this room, and you do notice those scarecrows, but but the one to your right, to your left, you can see its head just starts to slowly lift.
So I'm gonna hit Narcissus and then point at the.
Okay, so he shocks you because you were deep in conversation, and you said you were going to point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tap him and point.
Okay. So you tap him, you point, you follow his finger and his eyes and his pee. And
Jesus Christ, man, come on! I pee every once in a while, not all the time.
not all the time. And you see exactly what I just described. And you see this thing is just starting to stand. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to, it pushes itself off the wall. It's silent. You can barely hear it. There's the crackle of the fire, the bawling of this old man, the hissing and moving of the kobolds. That thing is virtually silent.
So I'm looking at it, and I asked the kobolds, "What is it with the scarecrow moving?"
So you can see that their eyes immediately they go from, you know, the raised scales to immediately they just drop down to almost a submissive position, and they turn. You can hear them like, they go from aggression to almost a submissive position.
They go from okay. I had it.
So in other words, what you're trying to say is their panties got wet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say
they're
that.
no, not their panties got wet, but because that means something else entirely.
So in Draconic, you can hear them say, "He does not have it. We tried. Please, we tried. Take him." So one of them grabs the dude and is starting to drag him. He's please.
So I look at I look at the scarecrow. I'm like, "What is it that you're looking for?"
What languages do you speak?
I speak Abyssal,
Mhm.
Draconic, and Infernal, and Common.
Okay.
I speak Celestial and Common.
Okay.
Oh, and Elvish.
In Infernal, it's just it like almost whispers. It's almost as if someone's like running their hands through hay as the words are being spoken. It's like, shh, shh. He must return what has been stolen, or we will ruin this land and all who dwell in it.
And what is it that is missing?
So he points to you, actually, as you and he's pointing to you.
Mhm.
You have it. Return it, or
So-
die.
I don't
At
take
this
kindness.
point, from your peripheral, you can see the second one is animated and moving towards you.
All right. So the scarecrows are getting up. Like, I understand this. So I produce the pendant,
Mm-hmm.
and like, is this that you're looking for?
So, no, all you hear is now you can hear Cassius saying, no, you can't. No, that was
Hold on,
hers.
I'm gonna tell Steve. Can you open the letter real fast? Do you still have it?
The letter's upstairs on the table. That's the last
Oh,
thing.
fucking crap. God damn.
Return it.
So I look at-
or die.
I look at the old man. I like, explain this quick.
Didn't think they would miss it. I just wanted her to have something nice. Look at me. I'm. What could I possibly give the light of my life? What could she have that I could give her?
You already gave it to her. This is just a trinket.
I just wanted her to have something. He cups his head with his hands and just starts sobbing. The kobolds are moving away from the fire to your left and to your right. Well, both of them are moving to your left, away from him, the fire, and them, as they move towards you.
So I look at them. I look at them and I talk to them in front of them. I tell them, if this is returned, all of this goes away.
They're just repeating it. Return it or die. You can see their shadows starting to grow along the, as they get closer, and their shadows are just casting this ominous, larger than life visage.
So
No,
I-
I'm gonna
I
tell him
look-
just return it.
I look back at him. Can you even identify what this thing is?
So I look at it. Dan, do you see? The only thing is, I have. Hold on.
Dude, it'd be religion. That's why I'm asking you to do it. Because I give
Okay.
half fucks about gods. I'm
Okay,
like right here.
so-
Like I'm like right here when it comes to deities.
Okay, so I use religion rules. And of course, I rolled a 6, like always, because I can't roll above a 10.
None of this strikes you as familiar at this point.
The letter's upstairs. That's the problem. I was gonna tell him to open up the letter, but all this has started happening.
So I either
I'm
give
gonna
it to
ask
them.
the old.
Or we,
Hold
I tell
on.
I tell Tilda, though, dude, either we give it back to them or we start killing them.
I'm gonna tell the old man. Where did you get this? Where do you take this from? Do you remember?
He's not even responding.
He just
You know what?
fucking
You know
wrecked.
what? My suggestion is just give it to them and see what happens. I mean, he stole it. Obviously, he stole it.
So I hold it out to it.
Okay, the one nearest
still
to you,
got-
the first one to animate is nearest to you. He walks.
That's the one. The one
He
talking all
walks-
the shit to me.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
walks towards
yeah.
you. He's just, in that first step, he's just immediately, he clears that 25 foot gap within a second. Just with the speed is just like you're shocked, and he snatches it out of your hand, and he moves back. You can see he has that, the fingerless gloved hands. We can see the hay, and he pushes it into his arm, and it just melds into the hay. Not melds in terms of melts.
I know what you
but
mean.
he just
I know what you
it just flows right into the hay, and he steps back, and it regards you. And those hollow, sunken in, no eyes, and you can feel this. it's the presence that it emanates. You felt it. It's cold. These things are just radiating cold, and then he turns, and he starts to move towards Cassius.
So I put myself between him and the old man. It and the old man.
So it stops and it stands.
I do the
How
same
tall?
thing
How
too,
tall
Lord.
are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I am. Last I checked, I think I was 6. Let me
Okay.
see.
So,
Yeah, Louis, I do the same thing too. I'm gonna tell them. Oh, I don't speak Infernal.
That's the one thing about the languages in this game. So
Yeah, I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay, so once you intercede, you put yourself between it and Cassius. The thing stops, looks up at you, and then just stands as it was. You didn't notice that it was like hunched over and it was doing the creepy walk over to you, but it stands fully erect and it's like at eye level. He must pay for his crime.
And I tell him he's already paid for his crime. More than you
Yeah,
can
bro.
imagine.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 persuasion roll.
Oh, my
Target
Lord.
is a 13.
Here we go.
There we go. That 18
There
does
we-
it.
Okay.
You're Steven really good today, man.
It's,
Yo, Lou, you better pay those people more money.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the payments.
You
All
have
right.
to keep it up with the man.
So you can't tell if it worked, if your words had anything to do, had any impact, any effect, because there's no expression, there's no human face.
right.
But it does stop for a second. It tilts its head, and it regards you, and then turns and walks away. As it's walking away, as you can hear the crunching sound as it's moving towards one of the tunnels. You can see that the second scarecrow, and then out of the shadows you can see a third, and then a fourth. They just come out of out of the shadows that were being cast by this fire that you didn't even notice.
I knew they were there. I just didn't say anything. I use religion. Religion helped me out.
And they walk
So-
and they walk away. Okay. I need for you two guys to roll perception.
I can see that I peed myself, but no one noticed.
Okay, an 11. At
All
least I rolled to pass a 10.
You
Steve
can
rolled pretty good.
you can see Cassius. He gets up on his knees and he's like, "I'm so sorry." He pulls out a dagger and he reaches up to grab with both hands. You can see he's trying to kill himself.
Yeah, I grabbed the dagger out of his feeble ass hands.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. That's fine. So you grab it and he's like, "No, please,
I look
So
at him.
a lot of-
I'm like,
please
need
let
to-
me do this.
you need to pay for the crime you committed.
Haven't I?"
So I'm
It's
gonna
like,
look
have
at
I
Steven,
not
I'm gonna
paid
be like-
enough? My blood is
hold on.
gone.
So I'm gonna look at Steve and I'm gonna be like, so he stole the amulet. That's what was causing the whole entire problem.
Yeah, apparently.
Because I remember you were talking draconian, so whatever the hell.
So yeah, so
evil.
I tell them that those entities were looking for that, with that pendant.
And I'm
whether-
gonna ask him, where do you get this pendant from? You gotta remember.
He's completely shut down at this point.
Bro, we should just leave him down here. Lucky that I'm lawful good. So what about the kobolds?
The kobolds
What
are just
they doing?
they're off to the side. They were huddling. Like, is he? So one of
I
them
pick-
he barely whispers like, "Are they gone? Have they left us?" Are we in danger no more?
Like, if they made you the promise of returning the object, and they said they were going to leave, then yeah, they got what they wanted.
So they look at each other, and then you can tell that they're thanking you with just a look. They don't say the words, they don't nod, but they slink away into one of their tunnels.
Yes, we want money.
So like,
Fuck, man.
I grabbed
Free.
the old man, and we start making our way back to his house.
Okay.
At least I start making my way. I don't know what Tilda wants to do.
Wait. Hold on. Before we go up, I'm gonna be like, let me just take a look at what's going on in these tunnels. So Lou, I'm gonna go towards the tunnels and take a look.
They're tunnels.
Ain't nothing else in there.
Nothing that you can see from looking at them. The scarecrows are gone. The kobolds are gone, and each tunnel, to the extent of your night vision, they're just tunnels.
I tell
Okay.
them, I tell them the kobolds have been down here for years. They've been they've been pilfering food.
Okay, so you know what? Okay, yeah. So come on, so let's go up.
So I take them. We work our way back up with the old man.
Okay. And when you get back to his house, he's like, "Please, shh, I didn't mean it. I didn't." He's babbling, the tears, the snot coming from his nose. He is a mess.
So I will take him right to the table where the letter's at,
Okay.
and I tell him, "You got to read that note."
Okay. Prior to that, once you get into
Hold
the
on.
house.
Okay, I was gonna ask you if everything looks normal now.
Okay, so you can't tell from underground, but when you
When we go up.
when you get out of that, you get back to the tunnel that you came from, and you get into his cellar, the first thing you hear are birds. That's the first thing that you hear, and you can see these rays of light. Let's see. It looks like sunlight. Now, you haven't been down in this tunnel for very long. So the rays of light are the light of a dawning sun, and you can hear the birds, and he perks up and he's just like, do you hear that? Is my mind completely gone?
Nope, that's what you're hearing.
No, you are hearing what you're hearing.
I thank you, masters. I thank you. Now I believe I need some rest. And as
I tell him-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I tell him that before you go to rest, I need you to read that note.
I need to rest. And as he closes his eyes, you can see his entire brain, like all the blood just vanishes from his skin. His skin turns pale and ashy, and he just essentially just turns to dust in your hands.
Ooh, wow.
Oh wow, that's new.
That's yeah. The
Yeah,
fuck?
that's definitely new. Wow. Well, remember when we did look at him, he did have that magic aura on him.
Yeah, but I didn't expect that this curse was keeping him alive.
And you can hear the
No.
house starting to twitch. Like when you're stepping on loose floorboards, the nails, they make that noise like.
All right, so
All
I'm gonna
around
take
you.
the note. I'm gonna take the note and go out the door
Yep, I follow right behind him.
because this house can collapse unto itself.
And which is
No.
exactly what it does. But I'm going to give you guys a perception roll, please.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
my god.
You're gonna give us one, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
If you were
okay,
giving
I
us
bet-
one, we can
Actually,
give
you know
it-
what? Never mind. So,
I got 19 though.
okay, you have a 19.
Yeah, I got a 19 too, like Steve.
Yeah, I don't see that 19, sir.
It's right there.
Remember, you
It's right on top of
can't
mine.
cheat. I can see it.
You just gotta
No,
erase my
Just
name
gotta
off my-
imagine that he rolled a 19.
No, but it's not. It doesn't say Narcissus anymore. Narcissus
Right.
Tildor. That's
Narcissus
what
Tildor. Narcissus dash Tildor. Okay.
Yeah.
As you were walking out, you grabbed a note. You had noticed a cask underneath underneath the table. It was tucked in a corner.
Yep, take that too.
Okay. You grab that, and you walk out. The house does in fact collapse. It looks like it's been abandoned for at least 100 years as it collapses in on itself. The second thing that you guys notice as the rays of the sun finally peek over the horizon, all the crops have been healed.
And the scarecrow's not there no more,
And
right?
the
Am I
scarecrows
correct?
are all gone. Yes.
So I look at Tudor. I'm like,
Wow, this is weird.
I'm just more mad that no one's gonna pay us.
I guess we did it for the sake of helping the farm. Now whoever moves in has a clean farm, and we do get the reputation of getting rid of the curse. We did
Now,
tell the people in town
when
that
you
we were
as-
coming over here.
Ironically enough, and I was just going to say this before you guys started talking, as you say, well, I'm pissed that nobody's going to pay us. You can hear the casket you were carrying. It cracks and pops, and you can see the wood. It almost rots from age, not like a smelly rot, but it dry rots and it falls apart. The metal bands, they rust and fall away, and what falls is a bunch of a couple of gems and some silver and some gold as they hit the ground.
Oh, look at that. I guess we did get paid.
Yeah. And let's go back to the town to let them know that we took care of the curse. Maybe we could get some more work.
Oh, well, let's see what this note is. I'm going to open up the note.
Okay.
Very gingerly so that it doesn't like fall apart.
All right. So when you open up the note, it's written in common. The note essentially reads, "My dearest Cassius, I know what you have done, and I regret that I accepted this gift. But it was not a gift given; it was a gift. It was a gift taken. And it is my sincerest wish that upon my death you return this to its rightful owner, lest anything else befall our family. I forgive you." And it's signed Zariah, your loving wife Zariah. Once you crack the seal and you open it, that also it disintegrates in your hand.
Oh, that was right.
And that was right too. That
I'm
was in,
going to plop down and divvy up the goods.
Yep. And we go to the town now to brag about how good of a job we did.
That's not very lawful good of you.
Yikes.
Hey, I'm trying to get us work. And we didn't beat up some
I mean,
you know.
it could have gone
Almost.
either way. I was ready for either way. So, okay, so we're gonna end it here. You guys, 50 gold, 20 silver, 2 rubies, and 1 emerald.
50.
Okay.
Wait, where did I do that again?
You're supposed to go to equipment. And then
It's
you
50
add it
gold
on there.
total. So if you're splitting it evenly, it's 25
Correct.
gold, 10 silver, 1
Correct.
ruby,
Okay.
and then you're gonna have to figure out how the emeralds split.
Okay, so that means that now I have 50 gold.
many
So what
emeralds?
is it?
25
gold.
each,
Now I
25 gold,
I
25.
have 50 gold. And what you said, silver? How much silver?
10
is that?
silver,
10 silver. Okay, and then you said what?
1 ruby,
Ruby, silver. It's not on here, but I'll add it.
1 ruby and what?
and one emerald that you guys got to figure out if you want to split it or if someone gets it.
So what do you want, the ruby or the emerald?
I'll
Not
take
being-
whatever.
not
I mean,
being kind.
I honestly, you did the most of the work, so you could take whichever one you want.
I like rubies. I mean emeralds. So you can have the ruby.
Okay, so I'll take the ruby.
Okay. So we're
I'll
gonna
add
end it
an
here.
emerald.
It was a quick one shot. I hope you guys had fun. It wasn't combat heavy, but I thought it was a pretty good story, considering I
yeah.
just came up with it. I'm amazing.
I like
No,
it.
I thought it was good because this is one of the few times we didn't actually fight, so it was pretty good.
Okay. You'll each get 258 XP for this.
Okay, wait a second, and then you add that on experience, right?
Correct.
Wait, where's that at?
If you look on your character sheet, you want to go to where that
Ambiance.
cogwheel is, next to your name.
Okay. Hold on.
How much XP? You
Oh
said?
yeah, I see it. I see it.
250.
250. Yeah.
Uh,
So we added on.
So you
where
go to manage
it says
XP.
edit- wait a second. Manage levels.
Manage XP.
so far away still. I'm at least 1,000.
And then you
away.
want to, where it says add XP at the bottom, you type in the
Okay, wait,
250
hold on.
and hit enter.
Okay.
I'm 1,000 XP away from my feet.
That's the one where you get
Okay,
to
right
change
here.
to.
Manage-
You're gonna choose the one
manage-
that changes into a snake.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go whole hinting on everything after that.
That whole hentai. Okay.
Live changes. Okay. Wow. So I'm almost second level. I need
You
300
You
to be
need
second
50
level.
more. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, that was it. It was a neat, clean, quick story, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was good the way you guys were handling it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it could have went either way. And if you'd attacked him, then it would have been combats, and it could have went horrible.
In all honesty, if it was him and Durzo, how do you think this would have went?
I don't know. I'm not gonna
There'd
say
have-
anything. I don't know.
There'd have been a lot of cobalt belts. That's all I gotta say.
There would have been some cobalt jerky, some cobalt
Oh,
belts.
Cobalt steaks. Me and Durso would have been eating boiled corn and cobalt steaks.
Boiled corn and cobalt. So cobalt chowder.
Yo, it's mainly because I'm playing this character as an usurper, so I try to not let it go to that point unless it has to.
Right.
This is like, yeah.
Okay, bro. Let me let you
This
guys
is-
go. 'Cause I'm
This
falling
is a
asleep.
different character. There'd be a whole lot more blood.
Right.
Yo,
All right. So for
we need
Narcissus and Tildor, I am your GM. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next adventure.